Hey guys, it's Lori. I am in my room on my bed. This is a bunch of collages I made of my kids and my daughter when she graduated high school. When I get into the Lee um, video, that's my ex. You see him right there in the police. Um, anyways, I'll get into that, but I have to really be in the mood to do that and have the mental stability. So I'm just gonna kind of make this a lighthearted, like how do you cope with your pain, or how do you cope with your illness, or whatever you're battling in life, whether it's uh, anything, school, college, pain, parents, anything. This channel is just you're free, you know. I want to help people. I'm gonna be reading my notes as usual. I don't have my water, but I'm probably gonna be chewing gum because I have severe dry mouth because I'm on so many medications. I get severe dry mouth. I mean, it's bad. Okay, so I have questions. How do you guys cope with more than one illness? And you don't even have to answer that. If you hear me say this, just think to yourself, like, oh, okay. Now, when I was sick, when I first started having pain in 2010, almost 13 years, I had three kids, ages 3, 5, and 9. I was a single mom, okay? And I was in a serious relationship until he just left. Like, my boyfriend just showed up with his dad and started taking stuff out of the apartment that we moved into, and it was like right at Christmas, and he just left me and my three kids stranded. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a car, nothing. So just to add this almost like to the one video where I talked about if I can overcome all these things, anybody can. You're stronger than you think. So I'm a mom of three. I'm starting to be in pain. I have to go to all these doctor's appointments, And so my sister would help with the kids, and I didn't have a car. So it was very hard because I had to go from doctor to doctor, specialist to specialist. I would have did anything to find out what was causing my pain, you know. So I did, after I did everything that we could possibly do, all the injections, all everything, the spinal cord stimulator, I had heard about it, but I didn't know much about it. I tried to research it online, but there was like one or two people that were talking about it. And so that's when I decided like 8 or 10 years ago to sort of do amateur. I'm an amateur YouTube person. I'm nobody. I'm just here to talk about my struggles and let you know that you're not alone. You can get through it. I mean, me saying that doesn't mean anything. You have to be strong. And I wish somebody would have gave me some of this advice when I left my dream job because I moved it with my cop boyfriend. Um, he kept saying, if you don't give your 2 weeks notice, then we're not going to be together. And I was scared. I really cared about him, and I didn't realize he was gaslighting me back then. I was 25, he was 40. I didn't care about the age gap. But he lied about his age. Like, he was like, I'm 38. Like, 2 years makes a difference. Um, but we went through a lot. We went through a lot of bad stuff, and I'm just going to save that for another video because I got a lot to talk about that. Another question I have is, do you guys get brain fog? Or forgetfulness? Because I have to literally write down every time I take a pill because I want to make sure that I don't, like, take it again when I'm not supposed to. And I think it's a result of brain fog, but I have short-term forgetfulness. That's scary. It's scary. That's why I write stuff down. Because I'll forget. I mean, a lot of regular people that don't take medication will go in another room and be like, why did I come in here? But I could forget in 2 seconds why I walked across my room. Oh, it was to get this shirt. Okay. So that's one of many side effects of being on different medications. Another thing that I have, besides all the other diabetes, chronic pain, and mental health issues, is I have white coat syndrome. I know a lot of you guys that have doctor's appointments or have anxiety have to know what white coat syndrome is. White coat syndrome, to sum it up, is when you're about to go to a doctor's office or you're in the waiting room or you're waiting for somebody to come in, your your blood pressure raises. And I've had white coat syndrome for 12 years. And I tell them every time, if my blood pressure is high, I promise I feel fine. Take it when I leave. I can't control it. It's just a mixture of anxiety, nerves. I mean, I've been going to pain clinic for 12 years, and I still get nervous, and my blood pressure gets high. And then the dry mouth. The dry mouth is terrible. I try to chew gum. I buy all the different sprays, gums, lozenges. When I'm nervous, I get a dry mouth. Like right now, my mouth is dry because I don't want to be boring. Okay, mood swings. I mean, you can't fault anybody that's going through a hard time that's having mood swings. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you're bipolar, and even if you are, so what? We all have stuff wrong with us, and the faster that we're diagnosed and given medication, the faster we'll feel a little bit better. I mean, medication is short term. It's not going to solve everything, but it helps. For me, coming to terms with my illnesses was hard. The diabetes was a surprise, and the mental health has been going on for many years. You know, and the chronic pain, the worst part for me is being undiagnosed. Nobody knows why my pain exists. They don't know where it exists from. It's like, does anybody remember when there was a show called Mystery Diagnosis, where people had different things wrong but they didn't know what it was, and then they'd go on this show? I don't think it exists anymore, but I wish it did, because I feel like, I don't know, like, why me? And I don't mean that like feeling sorry for myself, but why me? Am I one in a million? Like, there's got to be other people out there. There's got to be a doctor out there that would be willing to look at me and my history and come up with something. I mean, I just find it hard to believe that I'm the only person of whatever that's undiagnosed. I'm in pain 24 hours a day, especially when I sit. Sitting is the worst. Any kind of pressure on the spine. Heat helps a lot. Hot baths and heating pad help, but you can only do so much. So it has been hard to come to terms with my illnesses. You know, you don't want to feel sorry for yourself, but it's hard when you're in pain and there's nothing you can do about it. But you know what? Don't be ashamed to be sick. You didn't ask for that. None of us asked for it. If you would have told me in my 20s or even beginning of my 30th year that this would be my life, I would have said, you're crazy. You're crazy. And my last relationship, the guy that just took his stuff and left, that was my last serious relationship in the last 12 to 13 years. One, because the pain started. And then two, I decided I'm going to raise my kids. And plus, I had to deal with my illnesses on top of being a single mom. Sometimes I wonder, did all that mental anguish I went through, did that manifest into physical pain? I mean, I know that's off the wall, but it could be true. You know, it's just, I don't know. But don't be ashamed to be sick. It's not your fault, okay? It's not your fault. It's hard to talk about these situations, I know. Don't feel ashamed, and please know you are not alone. You're not. You're not alone. You know, and if you have somebody to vent to, that's good too. My family is very divided, so I talk to one sister, she vents to me about stuff, I vent to her. I mean, I wish I could go somewhere and just scream, you know. Don't we all feel like we just want to go somewhere and just get it off our chest, you know? But you have to vent, because the longer you keep it in, and then you're going to get angry. I mean, that's all I get. If I keep venting, if I don't vent and I just hold back, you know, I carry a lot inside. I admit it. We all do, I think. I think we all have a lot that we hold in, you know. Not because we're too proud, but just because we feel like we're you know, God, I can't think of the name. We don't want to feel like, we don't want them to feel like they have to solve our problem or feel sorry for us or any of that. Um, so guys, just please just take care of yourself. I mean, I've been through so much in my life. I want to do a chronological order of not just my health history, but I also want to go, like, I know I did some videos about my life and bullying and stuff, but I want to do a comprehensive one of all the stuff that I've been through. Not for me, it's for people that think they're alone. It's for people that are afraid to leave a relationship. It's for people, whatever your situation is, whatever your hardship is, whether you don't have money for the holidays, whether you're afraid that this isn't going to happen or you're not going to feel better. I mean, it's hard, especially if you're sick. It's hard. Doctor's appointments, prescriptions, all that. I mean, it's overwhelming. It is. So my story with my mental health, my diabetes, and my chronic pain, and all the other things that's happened in my life. Although I've lost so many people have passed away in my life. I mean, I just, I put it in the back of my head. That's not good. I know that. It's sad. If I see a picture, I'll just start crying. I had some really good people. My mother died when I was 19. Still not over that. 45 years old. Still not over that. But yeah, the point is that I've been through a lot. I'm just an average person that went from no pain to back pain and pelvic pain. I gave birth 3 times, never once had back pain, okay? My son, my youngest, he's 16. He was 9 pounds. I had no pain medication. My back didn't hurt at all. I've never had back pain in my entire life. I haven't had trauma, no car accident. I didn't fall. And so that's why it's so puzzling about me being undiagnosed. And again, I know I'm going all over the place. That's what I tend to do in these videos. I go from, oh, my chronic pain, oh, this. But again, it's just to let you guys know you're not alone. You're not alone, I felt alone for a long time, It's hard. It's hard. I don't have a good friend, but I would recommend having a friend. I almost forget how to be a friend. When you're in the house so much with your chronic illness, I've been in bed for years. I was in bed, almost bedridden because I was in so much pain I couldn't do anything. So I can't say that my pain isn't under any control. It is, but it could be more, and I'm hoping future injections in my back will help, So, guys, just remember, you're not alone. There's so many people out there that will help you. The hardest part is reaching out. Because if it was somebody else telling me that, I know how I feel. And I'd feel like, okay, you think it's so easy? It's not. It's not easy to ask for help. I mean, I was with a cop who was abusing me, and I knew that if I got him in trouble and he was never a cop again, that he was going to hurt me. I sincerely feel that way, and when I tell people that story, they just laugh like, okay, yeah. But they didn't live what I lived. So when I do the video about my cop, the ex, it's alarming. But I have already talked about the bad thing he did to me. It's in one of my previous videos. So this is, just me saying, don't be ashamed of whatever your illness, There's so many illnesses. It's so sad. I know there's people in wheelchairs. I'm lucky, I try to look at the situation in a positive way, as hard as it is. I think there's people out there that have it so much worse than me. Even though I can't believe the amount of pain I'm in, there are people worse off than me. I don't have to use a walker or a wheelchair. One day I might, because my back is just, I don't see it being any stronger. I've lost weight. I've tried to, I've been exercising. I've done everything that I could try to do to alleviate the pain. So it's not like I refuse my doctor's advice. I've always done everything they've said to do. I've done it. So, follow your heart. Follow what you think. If you have a PCP, that's not taking you serious, change PCPs. If you have a pain management is tough though, because you know we're all afraid that they're going to kick us out, you know, and then where are we going to go? So I mean, I think they're the strictest, and I count on them the most because if I wasn't in pain management, I don't know where I'd be. My pain levels, I would have to go to the ER and just be crying, and then they would give me something for pain and then throw me out because they don't consider you an emergency case if you're in pain, unless there's something triggering the pain. Speaking of triggering, I don't know if I said it in the beginning. I'm going to write it on the video. If any of this bothers you, mental health stuff or abuse or anything like that, just I'm sorry. I'm just now saying it, but I'll put it on I'll make sure I write it down on the description. Thank you. If anyone watches till the end, thank you. If you could like my video and subscribe, if you're not already subscribed, that'd be great. I have a lot of ideas, but I bounce around a lot. I feel like the more I'm on YouTube, the more I'm learning. So, hopefully these videos will be, I don't know, help somebody. That's all I want to do. I just want to help somebody. I mean, I'm sincerely want to help somebody because I feel like there was nobody there when I needed it. Even with a spinal cord stimulator, I couldn't find any research before I got that, and that's why I put videos online, because I kept thinking there's got to be other people that are getting this spinal cord stimulator that are trying to research the whole procedure and what you're going to go through in a YouTube video, and I couldn't find anybody, one or two people, and then I started making the videos, and I think I helped a couple people, and that's all that matters. So I'm going to say goodbye, guys. It's late, and thank you so much. If you watch this all the way, can you just like the video or subscribe? Good night. Thank you.